Welcome to a demo describing how to manage scheduled jobs. Managing scheduled jobs is achieved by making changes to how you expect the scheduling engine to behave while scheduling jobs. We can only make changes if there is an active Gantt chart displayed, possible only when you select work centers or jobs and press Show button. The process of making changes must have a beginning and an end as well as be password protected. Click on the Start Change icon to the extreme left on the toolbar. A pop-up window opens up requesting you to enter the password. For the evaluation version, all passwords by default are LIPS lips or in small case. Press OK. You will see another pop-up to enter password for deleting jobs. We consider deleting any scheduled job as a major change and thus protected by two levels of passwords. You can always skip entering delete job password by pressing cancel button. In that case, the delete job option does not appear. Incidentally, deleting password 2 is same as change password for the evaluation version. If you did enter delete job password, you can see 5 new icons appearing on the toolbar on the left hand side in addition to the 2 already present. Let us understand functionality of each new icon. The third icon from left is change job priority icon. The fourth icon allows one to change job properties. The fifth icon allows one to delete any scheduled job and will not be seen if you did not enter the delete job password. The sixth icon allows one to link final product created by one job as an input component to some other job. Kind of job-to-job linking, and so the name J2J. However, in evaluation version, this facility is disabled. The seventh icon with the round arrow allows one to change the deferment time for reallotted and rollback tasks. In addition to above changes, if you right-click on any work center name, two new options, namely Change Task Execution Order and Begin a New Hold-up Task, become visible, increasing the total options to 8 from 6 present earlier when change mode was not active. Similarly, if we right-click on any task, we see View Task Properties option now changes to Edit Task Properties for those tasks that are not yet allotted, meaning one can also change task execution properties, though we shall not elaborate much on them in the evaluation version. Let us now understand new icons and right-click menu options in detail. Clicking the Change Job Priority icon will open a window that displays all jobs in hand according to their existing priorities. The same list is duplicated on the right-hand side along with the committed date. One can select any job and use the up-down arrow buttons to shift its priority relative to other jobs. Press OK button to save changes and exit, or press cancel to exit without saving changes. Print button allows one to print the job list, whereas the text box to the right can be used to type in first few characters to search particular jobs. The search feature is helpful when one has a large number of jobs scheduled. The Change Job Properties icon allows one to change the cutoff dates for different final products in each job with the reason mentioned. It may be noted the cutoff date is used as a measure to decide how many jobs are delayed. Pressing the Delete Jobs icon again opens a list to left showing all the scheduled jobs. One can directly select or search jobs that one wishes to delete. Use the double right and left arrows in the middle to move jobs to the delete list. Press OK to save changes or cancel to simply exit. Remember, This feature is only available if one had entered password, allowing one to delete jobs as explained before. The sixth icon, J2J, is disabled in the evaluation version. The last icon allows one to change the postponement time for rollback or reallotted tasks that were originally effected by the operators on the shop floor from the Work Center console. Let us now turn our attention to the new menu options one gets by right-clicking any Work Center. Change task execution order. At any given point in time, a Work Center may have more than one mature task lined up for execution on it, depending on how many tasks the said Work Center can handle at a time. These tasks are ordered first according to the job priority and within a job by the future burden each task has. Tasks with higher future burden are taken up for execution first. Clicking this menu item opens up a window with current lineup of mature tasks shown on the left. You can right-click on any task to see other work centers it can technically be executed on and change the work center to execute this task on. You can pull the selected task or several tasks multi-selected by pressing Ctrl key to the right pane using the double right arrow button. You can then change the order of execution of task by moving it by using up-down buttons. Press OK to force the scheduling engine to follow your order. A point may be noted that permission for changing order of execution is a choice one can exercise while defining the factory DB or even separately for any job or individual task. In evaluation version, it is allowed, so you can change the order of execution. Next option we get is begin a new hold-up task. If you had viewed the Work Center console video, you would have seen how an operator can introduce a breakdown on any work center. Something similar can be done from the JSW as well by introducing a hold-up task. It is equivalent to a fake breakdown on work center. You are still in the change mode as indicated by a red cross in circle on the Start-Stop Change button. So, whatever changes you make are just locally saved and not communicated to the scheduling engine. If you wish to convey your changes to the scheduling engine, then press on the Start-Stop Change button again. A pop-up appears to confirm you really wish to make the changes. On pressing yes, you are once again prompted to enter the change password before all recorded changes are sent over to the scheduling engine to be made effective from the next reschedule onwards. Thank you.